Hello, Oracles. Well, despite the fact that we were down almost 1.5% today, we've got a lot of great information to go over. We've got the Model Y showing signs that it's eyeing the top selling vehicle in the world in 2023. This is something Elon had predicted previously, so we will see if we are actually going to have that come to fruition next year. We also got some information and updates out of Apple and their endeavors towards a vehicle themselves. We also got some information about Project Highland, and we got more information about lithium refining. So we're going to dive into all of these right now. So first up is just the diving into the charts, and as we can see, we turned red. I actually did add a nice line here at the 180 level because we've been showing that this is a nice level of support. And so the fact that we had bounced off of it several times and we dipped below it today, but then came right back to it, I decided to add that line in. So we are starting to look like this might be a dead cat bounce. So now because we have drawn this line at 180, we will pay attention to that. If we break below it and close below it, then we will pay attention to the line below that, which is 167. Don't forget, we do have this small gap that goes down to 170. So we're just going to pay attention to this over the next couple of days as we go into the PPI data on Friday. And so to jump into the news about the Model Y becoming the best-selling car in the world in 2023, we've got news that the Model Y has become the second best-selling car in the UK in November. So according to the article here from Tasmanian, Tesla Model Y continues to take over the automotive market and is on its way to becoming the world's best-selling car. In November 2022, the electric SUV became the second best-selling car in the UK, rivaling much cheaper cars. According to the latest data from the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders, the new car market in the UK showed growth compared to the same period last year. During the month, 142,889 cars hit the country's roads. The share of BEVs on the UK's roads increased by 35.2% compared to November last year. For 11 months of 2022, the share of BEVs was 20.6%, showing an increase of 1.8 percentage points compared to 18.8% in the same period last year. Tesla Model Y has been a clear and unrivaled winner in the electric vehicle market. However, this is not its only success. With 4,229 units sold, Model Y became the second best-selling car in the UK, only surpassed by the Nissan Qashqai with 5,636 units. At the same time, the compact SUV is 970 units superior to third place Mini. Now, according to Statista.com, the Toyota Corolla was the best-selling passenger car in the world in 2021 with 1.1 million units sold. The Model 3 was in 10th place with 580,000 sold. The Model Y will be surpassing the Model 3 this year. So looking at next year, if the Corolla holds steady at 1.1 million, that means that the Model Y will need to surpass that. Looking at Tesla's projections for next year of potentially hitting 2.1 million vehicles delivered, the Model Y should have no problems doing this, seeing as they're going to be selling more than half of their vehicles as a Model Y. Tesla has clearly shown a focus more on the Model Y than the Model 3 this year, so we are going to be seeing a significant bump in production even further into next year from Berlin and Austin, as well as Shanghai and Fremont. And this alone should help the Model Y easily surpass the Toyota Corolla. So you guys can let me know in the comments below if you think the Model Y will be passing the Toyota Corolla next year as the best-selling vehicle in the world. Now, this is not to say that Tesla is going to be doing away with the Model 3. As a matter of fact, it is the opposite. Tesla begins preparing for a revamped Model 3 line at Fremont factory. In a report by TSLA, Tesla is making major changes to the overall look of its Model 3 lines at the Fremont factory in preparation for the revamped design of the all-electric sedan codenamed Project Highland. If you guys remember, this was the leaked rumor we had heard last week coming out of Shanghai as well. Tesla has filed for several revisions of the Model 3 lines at Fremont according to documents found by TSLA. In all, Tesla's GA3, or General Assembly Model 3 portion of the Fremont factory, will experience reorganizing for at least the next several months, the permits show. Now, of course, I do wonder if this is one of the reasons that we had the team coming over from Shanghai to Fremont. So knowing that Shanghai is most likely going to be doing this as well, we heard the rumors that that was going to be taking place in Q3 of 2023. I wonder if they came over from Shanghai, had their meeting about this project Highland, and they are going to be moving forward with this. We also have information that we are looking to have single casting when it comes to Model 3 as well. So we don't know anything about the casting machines for this. We haven't heard any information. We do know that Tesla has worked with other manufacturers for casting machines other than Idra. We know that Idra has been working on the gigapresses for the Cybertruck. Have they also been working on gigapresses for the single casting machine for the Model 3? We shall see and find out, but it sounds like this is probably the direction that they are moving, and we should be finding out more information over the next few months. And in another report from Tasmanian, Tesla discusses water supply for its planned lithium refining facility in Nueces, Texas at community meeting. Tesla discussed the water supply of its planned lithium refining facility in Nueces, Texas at a community meeting. The company will apply new technologies in production, which will significantly reduce water consumption and the negative impact on the environment. Tesla representatives attended a community meeting in Nueces County, Texas, dedicated to the company's planned lithium refining factory. At a public meeting of the Nueces County Commissioner's Court, a potential tax cut deal between Tesla and the county was discussed. In addition, the Nueces County community expressed environmental concerns about the Tesla facility, and they were particularly concerned about the issue of water supply. Tesla representative Rohan Patel explained that, like the company's other factories around the world, the lithium refining facility in Nueces is also concerned about its sustainability. During the presentation, Tesla representatives said that the company will not produce lithium batteries in a conventional way, as is usually the case with other industry players. This will limit the production of waste and environmental pollution, as well as reduce water consumption. The company has told the state regulators that it plans to build a battery-grade lithium hydroxide processing plant near Corpus Christi that will process raw ore. At this facility, it would package and ship battery-grade lithium hydroxide to various Tesla battery manufacturing sites, supporting the necessary supply chain for large-scale and electric vehicle batteries. So all in all, it seems like Tesla is moving forward with their lithium refining facility down in Texas. We know that Elon has said this in the past, that that is one of the bottlenecks that they foresee coming in the future. And if nobody was going to step up and take care of it, Tesla would. Sounds like nobody was stepping up to take care of it, and Tesla wants to do it themselves. So we should be hearing more about lithium refining coming out of Tesla, most likely over the next few months as well. And now we move on to the Apple car and how Tesla might be licensing FSD to Apple in the future. According to Mark Gurman over at Bloomberg, a major shift for the Apple car. Apple has scaled back from a fully autonomous vehicle without a steering wheel and pedals to one that can only self-drive on highways in an effort to launch by 2026 for under $100,000. Many new details on the project. Now, I don't have access to Bloomberg to get into the entire article, but Sawyer was able to break down a bunch of the highlights from this. So, as we know that they're looking to scale down from the autonomous vehicle, Apple had expected each car to sell for more than $120,000, but is now aiming to offer the vehicle to consumers for less than $100,000. Apple hasn't yet settled on a design for its car, and the vehicle is considered to be in the pre-prototype stage. It's aiming to ready the design by next year and have the features set by the end of 2024. It then plans to put the car through extensive testing in 2025. Apple had previously discussed launching a car that looks similar to Canoo Inc.'s lifestyle vehicle. The idea was to have a limousine-like interior where passengers could face each other. Now the plan is to produce something more like a traditional car with a driver's seat. The design of the car is being led by Ulrich Krantz, the ex-chief executive officer of Canoo, as well as former managers from Tesla, Lamborghini, and Porsche. The software side of the system is led by former Tesla manager Stuart Bowers, while safety engineering, testing, and regulatory matters are handled by ex-Ford Motor Company executive Desi Ujkashevich. The Apple Car organization is made up of about 1,000 employees. So overall, looking at the fact that Apple has scaled back their ideas from going from a fully autonomous vehicle to a traditional style vehicle with only self-drive being on the highways leads me to believe that Elon and Tim Cook had some sort of conversation going on, and they discussed things out, whatever it came out to be. Realistically, probably Apple saying, you know what? It is not worth our money to dive into the R&D needed for all of this full self-driving, because we do not think that we are going to get fully autonomous in time to actually compete. it would probably be better for them to license from someone like a Tesla who is already very close to solving FSD as it is. And just looking at the human side of things, the fact that these two guys met, Elon and Tim, and then shortly thereafterwards both started following each other on Twitter, Apple started advertising on Twitter again, leads me to believe that there is a respect and sort of partnership going on between these two. So there's definitely an open dialogue. So whether it's actually going to be a partnership or not, we know that they are having this open dialogue and discussing many different things. So it would be very interesting to see how these two work together over the next 3 to 5 years moving forward. And you guys can let me know in the comments below. Do you think Apple is going to create its own full self-driving software, or do you think that they are just going to be licensing it from Tesla? We know that Elon said himself in the past that he was open to licensing it out to Legacy Auto and anyone else as well. So chances are this might be one of the first openings that we get for this. Again, we know that there's many other players out there that are working on things, but from what we know, there is no one that is anywhere near as close as Tesla is to solving FSD. So overall today, we got a lot of great news despite the fact that the stock was down, but the entire market was down also, and Tesla actually outperformed the market despite being down almost 1.5%. So that was a good sign. And again, like I said, the $180 level seems to be a very good level of support for us. So we will just continue to monitor this as the week goes on to see if we can hold this level and maybe bounce up. We've been trading between this $180 and $200 level now for about a couple of weeks. So we're just going to monitor this, see if we can hold it, and then we'll go from here. And I think the macro environment is going to play a role in this over the next week with PPI data coming out on Friday, CPI coming out on Monday, and then the FOMC meeting. So buckle up. I think we are in for a wild ride for the next week. But then again, we've been on a wild ride all year long. So how is this going to be any different? Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all of the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a membership program and a Patreon. Those links are also in the description. Thank you so much. Have a great one.